Amazing. Harriet Ragnall. I swore her in at the legal clinic at Christ Church when she passed the bar and got admitted, which was such an amazing thing for me. Lori Lewis was my law clerk at my office. Brilliant attorney. Law review, journal, everything at Cornell. I'm so proud of her. She's been doing so well there. Ivan Sutherland I met through Ian Silvera, who unfortunately is not here tonight because of the wake. And Ian and I go way back with Rich, Judge Nunez, because they used to both work as public defenders in Bergen County, and I met them through there. I'm also a member of the Caribbean Bar Association, where Yvette is now the president, and Ivan Sutherland is actually the vice president. And Cecil Rowe was actually one of the first attorneys that I worked with when I first got out of law school, because we worked together in a firm, McCarter and English. And we were new lawyers, had no clue what was going on, and I said, I want to go out and start my own practice. And they all followed me, all these men, which was such an amazing thing. They were like, are you sure? Where are you going to get the clients? How are you going to do this? I said, I know that God is going to help me to do this. And I did. I left, and I went, started my own business, and everyone followed me, and I'm so happy. Unfortunately, Winsome is not here tonight. I had hoped that she would have been able to come. But I know she said she was on her way. She was coming from very far down in Freehold, New Jersey tonight, and she wasn't able to make it. I also want to acknowledge my staff who's here today, Miss Amy Rosa, who's my associate, and Nelly Gonzalez, and Karen Lucas, and I don't know if my receptionist is here, but they're all here. Sam Sherrington is on the board with me of the Jamaican Association of New Jersey. He's also really a very close friend of mine. I have a lot of friends from Brooklyn Tabernacle. I had the honor this year of doing an immigration symposium at Brooklyn Tab for 2 consecutive months. I did it for 1 full day in June and 1 full day in July. And a lot of these gentlemen, Craig and Raquel, the attorney Raquel was part of that group, and I had about 200 members of Brooklyn Tab who came and actually sat in on the symposium, and it was such an amazing experience for me. Cami Narain, who's from Guyana, I rent space from her in Queens, so she's my landlord in Queens. And I believe she's here with her husband. And this tonight would not have been possible without Don James. He is the person who actually made this happen by starting the Jamaican American Bar Association in Florida many years ago, and saw the need for it, because we have different issues. I mean, I do understand that Caribbean, of course, is really important, but Jamaicans have unique issues. I was doing some research, and I'm realizing that we're kind of at the top of the list for people who are deported back to Jamaica. It's really very sad. So I think, you know, we really need this organization, and I'm so happy really to be part of it. Many of my brothers and sisters are forcibly returned normally to back home, often without adequate representation. Recently in my office, we assisted one such Jamaican who was scheduled to be deported on a Thursday in November. My office was notified the week before on a Friday. As a result of the hard work and the collaboration of my staff and Amy Rosa, my associate, we were able to literally take this man off the plane. It was such an amazing thing. He was getting sent back. We did some letters with the Board of Immigration Appeals, and we were able to get a stay of removal, and they stopped the deportation, and the gentleman is going to be released in a week. So, in closing, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Jamaican American Bar Association, I would like to again thank the Consul General, who actually has now become a mentor to me. She's absolutely wonderful, guys. You should really get to know her. She don't play it all. She don't rap. So you have to make sure that you're on top of your game when you work with her, because, you know, she's all about excellence and professionalism, and that's one thing I've really learned, and I'm just so happy to actually know her and be able to work with her in this endeavor. Thank you so much, CG. And I do look forward to serving in this capacity. I thank you.
In closing, it's my pleasure to introduce to you for some closing remarks the Honorable Consul General Janine Brown Metzger.
I'm not sure that I'm pleased with the reputations that precede me, but but that's the second time I've told that today. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only repeat how very honored I am and how you've honored the consulate to have us host this event here this evening. Patrick said something that's worth repeating, and that is that we need to know who you are. We need to find ways of really collaborating. We need you. Joan has been very instrumental in ensuring that a certain policy guideline that was just allowed for another nationality is now accruing to us. I don't know if you went into those details. Yes, you did. And this is the kind of initiative and the kind of brazenness that you bring to the table. You do not take no for an answer. And we need that kind of support from you. We need that kind of commitment, and we need that kind of boldness to really get hold of this horrible issue of deportation. I have not kept it to myself that I am the daughter of a deportee. And I say that almost in a proud way because my father overstayed his time. And I can boast about that in a way because, and this is why the whole issue of deportation has become such a vitally important issue to me, not only because it's the remit of my office, but because I have a personal interest. At the end of his life, he had, as his credit, besides a good amount of dollars and cents, 6 kids who had all achieved college education, several with postgraduate. There's one of them there, Yale graduate in 1980-something, financier. And I think it makes the point that we all seek opportunities in our lives, and we come from a part of the world that continues to struggle. It doesn't mean we love Jamaica any less. It means that we seek opportunities outside of Jamaica, and with that, we turn back to help those of us in our country. The $2.2 billion in remittances that we repatriate to our country every year is an integral part of the economic fiber and landscape of our society, without which we would be far less off. And so this matter of deportation is not a very sexy idea, but it is real in our community. And where you are concerned, you are the persons, you are the profession, you are in the profession that can make a difference to our country, to the deportees themselves, and especially to the families that are left in ruin when they fall into this situation. So thank you, Joan. I should just complete the end of that story, that when my father was deported and returned home to Jamaica, when the U.S. Embassy saw what he had been doing, mother had remained in our home. We have continued to go to St. Andrew and St. Hugh's and so forth and so on, and that she could point to the fact that our family continued to be supported by our dad, who made tremendous sacrifices to ensure that our lifestyle would change. They gave the entire family visas to the United States, saying, you are the kind of people we want in America. And so it is an incredible immigrant story, one of which I'm mightily proud. And I want to use that spirit, I want to use the motivation that I get from that to really help in this particular area. I need you to do it. As Consul General, I have a big responsibility, can't do it alone. So I invite you to please work with us and to please support Jo as she supports what we do. And without further ado, thank you for your indulgence, and I'll go back to my seat. And then in about 15 minutes or so, we'll thank you all for coming, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you back here. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Thank you, Lord, for you made me sing. Said I'm in no competition, but I make my decision. you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now.